Hello, hello. I was guided to start this channel of energy reading, just some general messages for the people. I usually would have, written them out or recorded a video or something, but my guides are like, nah, you need to hop on here and you need to provide these messages. I'm getting heavy water sign energy. As soon as I started shuffling the deck I'm using is the Crystal Angels deck by Doreen Virtue. And oh, we had cards just flying out. So we pulled the Lapis Lazuli card and the Topaz card. There are so many. Oh, shoot. Cards are just flying out everywhere. So there's strong water energy coming up right now. There's a strong cleansing energy that's being brought through to the collectives. I'm really seeing Cancer, like Cancer moons, Cancer risings, Cancer suns. Like this is a very strong Cancer energy. And I'm also seeing a crack right now. So it's time for the collective who's on this energetic wavelength. If you're on this energetic wavelength, you're in alignment with this current energy, and it's an energy of high vibrations and energy of growth. And I'm seeing that people aligned with this energy are coming out of their shells. There's been a really long period of darkness in the way of retreat, and also like a lot of like I'm getting like combat energy. Like there's been a lot of like just negativity, just boom, 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 and just hitting you. And now you were in retreat from that. You had to disconnect from a lot of things, and now it's the time to come out. Scorpio placements, Pisces placements as well. I'm also getting some Libra energy, a lot of air energy, heavy. So coming up with heavy water placements, heavy Libra and Aquarius energy, and then some heavy like Taurus, Virgo energy, and Capricorn as well. So all of the earth, water, air is coming up right now. And there's going to be some life-changing experiences that are coming up for everyone collectively during this period of time. It's through the holiday season, the end of the month, into what is the traditional calendar new year. There's going to be a lot of life-changing experience or epiphanies. You're going to be having a lot of repressed anger come up at this time, a lot of emotions that have been repressed come up at this time, a lot of suppressed memories come up, and that's for you to heal and let that go so that you can walk through into this new energetic pathways. People are going to be hopping timelines. I've already personally gone through a few timeline adjustments and timeline elevations, but you're really getting aligned with the timeline that is right for you and the timeline that is best for you. Sagittarius placements just popped into my mind really quickly. So if you are any of those placements, this might resonate heavily with you. You're also being cautioned at this time to take it easy. Do not be hard on yourself during this time. When these suppressed memories come up, when people and places and things are coming up, like you'll have people reach out to you from your past and different things, and you're able to see these situations with new eyes. Do not get hard on yourself because you're seeing now like, oh, I could have made this choice, or oh, I could have done that, or oh, I could have done that. You didn't know that at that time. You were in the present moment, so you were actively living this. You only see the options that you had because now you're looking back, and so they want you to look back to gain the lessons, but do not be hard on yourself. Snow White just popped in my head. So I don't know where that came from, but I believe that like Snow White could be like a sign for a lot of you, or it might be something that you're really like attracted to or attached to, a childhood memory. That'll be like a sign for you that you are coming closer to the goals that you have for yourself in this period of peace and restoration. You'll also be feeling all of your emotions, and that's okay, because you need to have this deep emotional healing that occurs where you're coming out of your cocoon, you're coming out of this cave. It's another cycle where you were like a death and a rebirth, and now you're being reborn into this timeline that is for your highest good. So you really have to be open to that. I'm also hearing being open to assistance, and I'm seeing 7 doors with Snow White. So you will be getting assistance, but you'll be getting it when you least expect it. You've been looking for this assistance far and wide. You've been looking for people to help you. You've been looking for validation and confirmation. And a lot of you have had to end friendships where you've been friends to people, but those people have not been friends to you. But that's all for your highest good. And it hurts now. And while you're experiencing and processing and going back through your life, it's gonna feel away. it's going to feel away, but you're really being just championed to continue to dive into those deep emotions so that you can process them, you can gain the lessons learned, you can get strengthened, and you can welcome in your soul team. There are going to be a lot of soul reunions coming up in this 2024 year. There are going to be a lot of soul reunions in business and friendships and love. People are going to be having children that are like their divine soul children that they've been waiting to have their whole lives. There are no age requirements. There are a lot of people who think they're too old or too young to do or be who they want to be, but it's not. You're not. Your divine time is your divine time, and there's no age that can be put on that. And that's something that's important, because thinking that you have to be a certain age is a block. It can block your blessings, it can block the doors that are opening for you, it can block your opportunities. This is a time right now where you're realizing that the only person that can stop you is you. So your emotions are valid, what you've gone through is valid, but you're not being stopped by any outside forces. All outside forces have been neutralized, and the word neutralized is really important, because you went through a very high conflict period of time, a very high conflict, high drama, high toxicity, like people, places, things. Like it just seemed like you couldn't catch a break no matter what you did. But that was truly for your soul's development. If we look at things in terms of a video game, in the beginning of the video game, you're learning. You're learning how to use the controllers. You're learning on how to use different tactics and different forms and ways of being throughout the game to achieve your objective. And unfortunately, but fortunately, it can be very tumultuous in the video game world and also in the video game of life. It can be very tumultuous in that beginning stage. So now that you're moving past that beginning stage, the stage where it was just a lot of pressure, you needed that pressure though. And now you're seeing why that pressure was needed, because you've become the person that you've always needed. You've become the hero that you have always looked for. You have that savior that you were looking for in others to save you. You saved yourself, and you saved yourself by listening to your guidance. Those who are aligned with this message are really good listeners. Like they are able to hear and see, feel what spirit is telling them, and then take action on that. I am hearing a clock ticking, and I'm also hearing fingers snapping. And then right when I said that, my clock changed to 2:08. So 2:08 is important. I'm also seeing a flight number as well, and I'm seeing like a gate in an airport. So there's going to be a lot of travel coming up, and it's going to come up quickly. Like because things have been so slow, and this healing process has taken a lot of time. But you have to remember that the healing process takes a lot of time because the damage done was done over a long period of time. Coming towards the end of healing from that really damaging cycle, there will be a lot of movement quickly happening fast and in a hurry. And you've been getting messages. This is I started kind of laughing right now because I hear someone's guides telling them that you thought we forgot about you. You thought that we showed you things that were never going to happen. But for a lot of people, you were shown things that were 5 years ahead of where you currently were. And that was to give you hope, and that was to keep you pushing, and that was to keep you moving forward over and over and over again, because they knew that it was going to be a very rocky path as far as gaining the tools, the understanding, the wisdom, and the knowledge that you needed. And they needed to give you hope that it was going to get better. But because it took so long for you to see some of the things that were shown to you, it's been a little bit discouraging now. It's at a place where it's like, okay, I'm about to give up. Like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why it's taking so long. Like, why show me this if you weren't going to bring it to pass? And that's where I hear the laughing come in, because they're like, what? Like, come to pass. Like it's going to come to pass even more beautifully than what you thought. Everything's going to work out even better than you thought, but you just had to keep the faith. You just had to keep going. You just had to keep listening. So they want you to keep listening, because once things are about to shake, you come out of this hermit mode, and they're showing you the next steps for you to take after being in your seclusion for a while, and really taking time apart to learn yourself better. Things are going to be moving quick, fast, and in a hurry. But because you went through this hermit mode, and you went through this time of self-reflection, time of isolation, you are now able to hold your peace with you no matter how fast the pace is. And that's really important, holding your peace no matter how fast the pace, because when things are going to move, that does not mean that you need to aggravate your nervous system to keep up in that way. Like you don't need to force yourself to rush and hurry. You've learned that things are still going to come to pass even when you're resting. And rest is a huge thing. Like you have been being taught over and over and over again, the rest is still work. Doing your resting, taking care of yourself, allowing yourself to be at peace, allowing yourself to feel your feelings, allowing yourself to be a whole human being has been actually doing the work. So when things start to move fast, you're not going to lose yourself in that process. You're going to be able to move with the speed of what's going on, but still have that peace inside of yourself. And for a lot of you, it can sound like lip service. I'm seeing there's some people who are going to hear this message and be like, yeah, whatever, it's not for me, even though the message is for you. But that's just because you're a little bit jaded right now, and that's okay. And my clock just turned to 2:11 when I said that. So it's like confirmation, and then also those numbers are really relevant. So if you see them pop up, this message will pop back up in your head, and you'll remember, like, oh, this is for me, and this is something I need to pay attention to. But being jaded is okay. It's a normal feeling. It's especially when you've experienced a lot of disappointments and betrayals. I'm seeing people's wounds were really deep, and that includes myself as well. I'm aligned with this energy that I'm channeling, and it definitely has been a lot of deep wounds that have occurred, a lot of pain, a lot of bleeding out, a lot of like, oh my God, like who is going to come help me? Who is going to save me? Who sees me? And it seems like you've felt very invisible, very unworthy of help, because that's how people have made you seem, and made you feel. But the truth of the matter is that you were always born to be a savior in this world. And I have goosebumps all over my body when I said that. You were always born to help set the captives free. And if you read the Bible, my time just changed again. 212, another angel number, and 33 just popped up, so that's another angel number. And 7. Oh my God, a lot of numbers. If you read the Bible, if you have a connection with God, the Bible, Jesus, Christianity notwithstanding, Christianity is a man-made religion. God is God. I would definitely recommend that you get in touch with that higher power. If you haven't been, I would definitely recommend that you get in touch with the creator who created all, because he will definitely lead you where you need to go, and he'll show you what your purpose is and how to embody that purpose. The reason why you've had so much just negativity and obstacles and just contradictions and all these different things that have happened is because you literally came here to help be God's hands and feet on this earth. And the spirits who reside with people who are weak-minded, 213 on the clock, who reside with people who are opening themselves up for negativity and the detriment of others, they have not liked that you are here to solve, to serve a purpose and to solve problems here on this earth. They don't like that. So they thought that we can stop them. They're like, we can stop them. We can keep them. We'll have demons in the family that'll trip them up. We'll have, hits and attacks in their life that'll make them doubt themselves and feel like they're not worthy of living. We'll help add pressure to where they feel like they want to game over themselves and no longer want to be here. Then we don't have to worry about them, because they know that you're the trouble. You're the trouble. These demons were bringing trouble, but you're the trouble for them, because you are aligned with that higher power. You are aligned with that higher energy, that abundant energy, that elevated energy, that just energetic vibration and wavelength that you can't get away from, because this is your divine birthright. And there's a lot of you that have tried to take a different path, that has tried to follow a more worldly path, and it just has not worked out for you. And but that's because it's not your path to take. It is not your path to take. And you had to bump your heads a few times, and you've also had to be in the world to learn how the world works, so that you can come through and change things for the betterment of all. And this is really confirmation for those who have felt always that they were different, have felt like they didn't belong, have felt like they just don't belong on this earth, and that, they are just alien in a way, and they're not from here. This is your confirmation that yes, you are not from here. You chose to be here because you have the tools necessary to change things and to help alleviate suffering of others. And through your suffering, you learned how to truly be compassionate, empathetic, and there for others. And that's such a beautiful, beautiful thing. No, it does not feel beautiful while you're suffering, but when you do get that opportunity to look back, like I was saying earlier, they were showing me like looking back, going through, your past relationships and places you've been and things like that. You're going to see the beauty in that, because no one can take that from you, and no one is like you. Like, you are very much one of one. And I actually heard that in a Beyonce voice, so that's pretty funny that they use Beyonce. But you really are one of one, and you have this very deep connection to the Most High. And even if it's not being explored, it does need to be explored, because God will always be there for you. Always, 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 always. And that's the true validation, the true confirmation. All of that will come from Him. I just heard the divine Most High, from whom all blessings flow. Your spirit team should be a spirit team that God has given you. Your ancestors that you speak with should be the ancestors that God has given you, because you know that they are aligned with love and light. You don't want to just invite any deities, any spirits, any whatever onto your team. You need to make sure who they're aligned with, because some people have invited people into their team, spirits into their team, who have actually been against them and not for them. So this is a call to clean house, and uh, to really declare your alignments with the Most High, to declare your alignments with the highest good, and to cut ties with anything that doesn't serve you positively. Anything that's stressing you out or doing too much, like, your source is God. You don't have to worry about a bank account here on earth. You don't have to worry about the things on earth, because those things are earthly made. Those things are man made. What God creates can never be destroyed. Even if it seems like it's being destroyed by human eyes, it is truly never destroyed. They just told me the end is the end, because energy never dies. And I feel like somebody's grieving right now, lost a grandparent. I'm seeing a grandparent or an aunt. I just got chills all over my body. I see a bird. It kind of looks like a blackbird in a way, but not like a crow or a raven, but like a smaller blackbird, by a window, and a rocking chair. And I feel like someone's grieving really heavy, and they're feeling just lost and hopeless, because this person really affirmed them in their life. But this person isn't gone. Their energy is still here. Their physical body is no longer here, but their energy is here, and they're still trying to reach you and get in touch with you. But because you're grieving so hard, you're not able to hear it now. When you're able to move past, as time does, and take your time with this, when you're moved past the deeper parts of your agony of this grief, you're going to start to see the messages and the memories that they've been leaving for you, to trigger your memory of them giving you, like, I'm seeing like a little, like, kind of like a gold coin, like a sprinkle of glitter or gold. Like, they gave you little jewels while they had their time here on earth, and they need you to remember these jewels. They need you to pick it up. Like, I just heard that, pick it up, pick them up. So there's something that they're dropping around for you that they need you to look down and pick up, and it's going to help you get back in touch with yourself, and also back in touch with the energy and the relationship that you had with this person. So my guides are giving me the signal that they want me to wrap it up. But I wanted to talk about some of the cards that got pulled towards the end. When they were showing me a busy time period, the calcite card was pulled. That's busy times and multitasking. Spiritual path card was pulled. Turquoise. When I just burped twice. Turquoise. Somebody needs a turquoise. It's going to help them hear messages better. It's going to give them a sense of peace. You also may have some shamanistic aspects. Shaman does not mean it's not of God. Everything you do, if it's aligned with God, if it's aligned with the love, the highest vibration of love that exists, the only power that truly is, you will be okay. I'm hearing that somebody's family is really, like, very highly religious in a strict man-made way, which kills the soul, unfortunately. But they are very, very religious in this way, and they're very judgmental of the spiritual path that you've chosen. They kind of mock you. They make you feel weird. It's making you kind of, they're bullying you, and then you're bullying yourself because they're bullying you. And your guides want you to, like, cut that out. Like, they said it very firm, like, cut that out. You got to stop doing that, because if you hurt yourself, they can't help you hear your next steps and see where your next steps are. So they need you to stop for a second and to be gentle and easy with yourself, because you're not doing anything wrong. Like, this is a confirmation that you've been looking for, and that turquoise, having a turquoise bracelet, a turquoise stone, necklace, earrings, whatever it may be, it'll come to you. But being open for it to come to you in unexpected ways, and it'll help you along your path. It will be your reminder that you're not wrong, as much as everyone tries to make you feel like you're wrong. We also pulled the Ruby card. It's the Bless Your Heart, and it's really just saying that it's a time now with those wounds that I had mentioned earlier are coming to a close now, and you might, depending on your level of spirituality as far as what you believe. Like if you believe that anything is possible, anything is truly possible. And if you have that mindset, then you can see, hear, taste, feel, experience things in a different way because you know that there are truly no limitations. So if you are of that belief that nothing is impossible, then you will start to actually feel and see your wounds, your emotional wounds closing. And it can cause you some physical pain. You might have a little bit of chest pain when you're triggered by something that was like a heart wound. If you've had physical abuse, you might feel those sites of physical abuse hurting again. And that's just a sign that things are healing. They're saying like when a wound begins to itch, that's a sign that the wound is starting to heal. And that's the same way with what's going on now with you spiritually. You've really closed out this chapter. I'm really proud of you, and so are they. Oh my God, I just pulled the amethyst card. It's revealing your true self. And they're really proud of you because you are revealing your true self. You are opening up your eyes to who you've always been, but what you couldn't see because people tried to blind you from the truth. And they're very proud of you for not allowing yourself to be blinded, even through all the pain, even through all the hurt, through everything that you've gone through. This amethyst card is absolutely insane. I think I'm going to, yeah, I'm feeling guided. I'm going to go ahead and post it. Some of the cards that I'm called to post after this spaces. But amethyst, if you start to see deep purple around you, just know that that's like a confirmation from your higher self that you're getting back in touch with yourself. The thing about I'm hearing right now to tell you all that the thing about self-love is that it's not that you don't love yourself, but sometimes you don't know yourself. And if you don't know yourself and know what you want and know where you want to go and just who you are at your core and what aligns with you, then you can get into situations where others can mistreat you just because you have a lack of oversight. But that doesn't mean that you hate yourself. That doesn't mean that you don't like yourself. It just means that you don't know, and that's okay. And they're saying that someone's being really hard on themselves, like I should have loved myself, I should have done this, and I should have done that. Well, that's irrelevant. They're saying like that's not relevant because you only know what you know, and you weren't given the tools to love yourself fully. And then, oh my God, on that note, it's the opal card and let yourself sparkle and shine. And that's so beautiful because while we close the spaces out, it's really the time to allow yourself to be truly who you are. And it's 222 on my clock right now, which I feel like is such a beautiful confirmation and a beautiful way, an angel number to end things out. But it's okay to be who you are. The things about you that you feel like are the weirdest, the things about you that you feel like are things that have really just pushed people away from you, those are your biggest gifts. And of course, I'm not talking about any like abusive or mean behavior or anything like that. It's really just about like your your true genuine nature, your true genuine self. And they told me to add that disclaimer about the like abuse because there are people who will show up to readings, they'll show up to channeled messages, they'll show up to these things, and they're using it as a way to like positively gaslight themselves away from things that they actually need to work on. Because if you've been in a toxic environment for a while, you may pick up toxic traits, you may pick up toxic habits and things of that nature, that you can be giving, really negative. You can That can manifest in negative behaviors towards others that are hurtful and harmful, and also towards yourself. So they're saying like those behaviors, behaviors that you need to adjust that are harmful or hurtful, but you also know behaviors that are just who you are as a personality that you need to stick with and that you need to hold on to. And these are typically things that manifested very early in your life that the adults around you felt either intimidated by, scared of, or didn't know what to do with. So they silenced you. And this is your time now to start exploring that again, revealing your true self and letting yourself sparkle and shine. And on that note, they're having me end things out. And they have me ended out with Opal. And Opal is relevant to the inner child with Dragon Tales, the cartoon. Somebody needs to Google Dragon Tales. Somebody needs to look that up. It's going to remind them of things that they've forgotten that they need to know. It's going to be a hidden treasure, they said. And I want to thank all of the spirit guides, angels, archangels, spirit animals, ancestors who are aligned with the divine energy of love and light, who have been with me today, who have brought forth these messages. And I just ask that everyone who this message touches is blessed with the holy divine love and light of the Most High, that they receive the comfort, the compassion, the confirmation, and all of the good things that they've been looking for, that they receive that through these messages. I wish everyone who hears this a most beautiful and blessed day. Thank you for listening.